Back in the 13th century, the Chinese had used flaming arrows, as they called them, to repel Mongol invaders. Undoubtedly, they discovered a relationship between the length and speed of flight and the heat generated by their primitive rockets. Highly incendiary, their use became restricted to inflammable targets. A brief popularity in the Western world dwindled as conventional artillery proved its superior capabilities for precision fire. Nevertheless, rocketry was never entirely discarded, and in our War of 1812, it was effectively employed by British troops. During a night attack on Fort McHenry, a young civilian was impressed by the rocket's red glare. Francis Scott Key would later incorporate the phrase in his poem, which became our national anthem. Within the British Army, rockets continued to be promoted by a small group of enthusiasts. Fuels that burned longer and generated more heat were developed. Accuracy and control of flight remained unsolved problems, but nevertheless the rocket, stepchild of artillery, lingered on. Out of the annals of our war with Mexico in 1846, there is record of our own limited use of rockets. It remained, however, for our own century to solve the basic problems of rocket guidance. Credit for the breakthrough rests with an American, Dr. Robert H. Goddard. Dr. Goddard's theories, as well as experimental models, were intended primarily for physical research. Nevertheless, he foresaw the military possibilities, and during World War I, had engaged in an Army project for their development. Here, the artist reproduces one of Dr. Goddard's early models. The war's end diminished interest, but the physicist continued his work. His basic principles and formula molded the future.